Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel where we discuss Barcelona's tactics and everything regarding Barcelona. And in this video we're going to discuss Barcelona versus Juventus, the game that took place in Dallas, Texas in America, and we're going to get right into it. But before we do, please, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure that you do subscribe to the channel because it's going to help us a whole lot. So let's get right into it. In this game, Barcelona actually defended in a 4-3-3 rather than the usual 4-4-2 or the 4-2-3-1, depending on how you're looking at it, right? That was mainly because of Lewandowski being up front. Xavi mainly wanted him to close down the middle or even cut out the passing lanes between the goalkeeper and the deep lying player, because initially Barcelona expected them to play through one side because they normally got diamonds on either side of the pitch. All right, so Xavi wanted them to play the ball first, and then he would actually order his men to go out for the hunt. And Juventus did actually what Xavi expected them to do, trying to play through one side, and Juventus expected to draw Barcelona all to one side. However, Xavi wanted his backline to remain intact, to not be drawn across by Juventus. All right, so the backline would not be drawn narrow, so the likes of Di Maria usually operated on this right hand side for Juventus. So Xavi didn't want his men to be drawn to one side. Barcelona also later on moved to something that looked like a 4-1-4-1 or a 4-2-3-1, because later on in the game Di Maria started to play in this pocket of space over here, and Xavi did this because he wanted to mark the double pivot and not let them get through the middle very easily. So Xavi really adapted his tactics in this game, and which actually gave Barca a stronghold onto this game. So in possession, Barcelona had a lot of trouble playing out from the back, because Juventus would actually press high in something that looks like a 4-4-2 diamond, with Di Maria slightly more drawn back into midfield. And we all know why that is to keep a hold of Nico Gonzalez, also maybe Sergio Busquets. But that was very effective, and they could really catch Barca when playing through one side of the pitch because of that structure. However, Barca later on started to adapt because they only had the two players up front. All right, so when Barca would play out from the back, these two players could only keep hold of Barcelona's center backs. So there would actually be a 2 against 3 numerical advantage, and we would be short actually in midfield because Di Maria didn't go to join the press. So Juventus actually allowed Barcelona to have the numerical advantage up there because they wanted to have one more player in midfield. All right, these fullbacks would actually push up really high if Barcelona would play the fullbacks bring the fullbacks into play, and they actually had an extra midfielder who could join out. So if the number 10 would run for the fullback, then this 6 can easily go on to one of our midfielders. However, to counter this, Xavi had Ousmane Dembele join midfield, where they now would even things up. All right, which meant that this midfielder couldn't be involved anymore. He would also have a man to mark, which ultimately freed up our fullback, which often was Jordi Alba or even Alejandro Balde. And Ter Stegen, of course, had the powers to actually find him, and this is how Barcelona would counter. And this fullback would actually bring the play out really far, and with Dembele and Aubameyang being so wide, the backline had to drop back, and that is how Xavi basically countered what Juventus was doing. All right. And then furthermore, so when he would come into, he would also become an inverted winger. All right, and then Dembele would go back into this 2-3-5 formation when in possession, which meant he drew back one of the players as well into that area. And these two players being in front of each other meant that this number 10 couldn't go into midfield as well, because the likes of Frankeschi would then receive the ball and they would actually be able to go forward and cause some more trouble. And then Serginho Dest and Ousmane Dembele were often in one-on-one situations with Alexandro or maybe even Cuadrado, and they would actually take them to the cleaners, and they were really good. They were really good. But the main thing I want you to notice with Dembele going back over here, that meant that Barcelona had a 4 versus 3 in midfield, and this is how Xavi tried to counter everything that Juve was trying to do with Barcelona. And this is not tactics that Barcelona usually do. This is just how good Xavi is with actually committing or even countering or even adapting his tactics. All right. Now in the final third, it was a really interesting ball game, because Juve actually kept their shape, and to their credit, they actually did a really good job of doing it, because Barcelona couldn't find the spaces as much as they would have liked, especially in the second half. So they reverted back to the 2-3-5 situation, where we would have a singular number 10, 2 number 9s, and then the fullback and a winger. So this would actually be a winger as well, or you saw in the first half, as I mentioned previously to you guys, we're going to see Aubameyang and Lewandowski play with each other, and that is what happened. Lewandowski and Aubameyang actually played together, which is crazy, you know. We predicted it here on the channel, and they actually played together. So however, the number 10 was free to roam anywhere on the pitch, and he could actually receive balls straight through here, and even from the inverted fullbacks over. However, to Barca's credit, Barcelona is becoming much stronger, as we know, and Barcelona will be good for the season. All right, with the signings of Jules Koundé coming through, we will be much better. Seeing that this was also a game where we didn't need to win it, you know, it was actually a good game, good preseason for us, 2 wins and 2 draws. We are actually on the right track. So ladies and gentlemen, that will be all from my side. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Comment down below and let us know what you think. But from my side and Tactics FCB, thank you very much. It was a pleasure sharing the tactics with you guys. Goodbye.